So don't worry if this cloud thing's over your head. Honestly, it's over my head too. So let's get into more detail about the cloud and its future. So the cloud's not just about storing files. Since we now have better connectivity these days, businesses and consumers can use cloud technology for so much more. So the cloud provides these three essential services. Probably the easiest one to comprehend is known as SaaS. So let's start with that. No, I'm not talking about your teenager being angsty. I'm talking about software as a service. This is where you access the software either on your laptop or your tablet or your phone. And some great examples are Microsoft 365 and Gmail. For Microsoft 365, you don't have to download the software on physical disks. You can subscribe on a monthly basis and use the software provided over the internet. The initial files will receive constant updates over the internet instead of having to buy a new CD every single time you want a new version. Another cloud service is called PaaS, or Platform as a Service. This is where cloud companies are offering businesses software tools to help them build their own applications. So you can create your own platform without having to invest in early development costs building these tools. A good example is Salesforce. Now, Salesforce allows businesses to use their platform to manage their customer relationships. However, it is important to note that PaaS does restrict the tools that suppliers can provide. And the last example is EOS, or Infrastructure as a Service. And this is where businesses can use the cloud to host their IT needs. This is very helpful as cloud providers can manage varying levels of activity, and where the customer only pays for what they use when they use it. It means small companies or big companies don't need to spend all this money acquiring large computer processing power, which sometimes sits idle, but other times it's inundated with so much activity, it's at the point where it's almost crashing. Cloud computing exists in three different areas: public areas, private areas, and hybrid areas. Now, to start with public areas, it's just as it sounds. Anyone in the public can use that type of cloud. Private clouds tend to be clouds that only certain companies or clients can access. So many of these large companies will use this type of cloud to store and update some of their most precious and important information. So a hybrid cloud is not one that has private and public aspects. It's actually two separate clouds. So this allows organizations to store protected and privileged information on their private cloud, while retaining the ability to leverage computational resources from the public cloud to run applications that rely on this data. So what's the future of the cloud? Well, honestly, it's pretty exciting. Like many of these topics on the website, there's a lot of meshing of these different technology areas, and the cloud is no different. With the avalanche of data being demanded, it is predicted that cloud storage will reach 163 zettabytes. That's a crazy number. I don't even know what that looks like. That's enough storage for 1.63 trillion movies, way more than any of your hard drives could hold. So in summary, there's three different types of cloud services, and they really cater to all your different needs. The cloud technology is going to continue to advance, and it's going to make it easier for you to store, manage, and share your files.